MultimediaJay radio style. MultimediaJay radio style.
It sounds like Twitch might be scrambling a bit from what I'm hearing. What is up, everybody? This is Jay, aka MultimediaJay, and I saw the news earlier today that, well, technically night shift today, so technically yesterday, that Twitch was having technical issues, and I'm like, welcome to my world, because YouTube has things going up and down and stuff like that. And I see that maybe the viewer count is bugged. That's one of the reasons why I keep a copy of the stream going. Are we having situations where Twitch has stuff go up and down just like everybody else? Because I keep a copy of my stream going so I can always, check and see what users are in chat and stuff like that. So unless there's been a bot purge or something like that, and maybe there were some bots that were counting as all that stuff, but every so often I will look at the users in chat to see who's where and what's what and things along those lines. But if Twitch scrambles, okay, yes, so as usual, the counter is wrong. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you never give a darn about that counter and you just put on a good show no matter who is watching, because you never know, because someone could sneak in before the number actually updates. So we got to talk about a couple of things related to YouTube and Twitch. As you may have guessed at the end of last night's show, I stand at the crossroads when it comes to which platform to be involved with more often. And I'll tell you right now, I'm a YouTuber who does stuff on Twitch just to get involved on a second platform, because it's not a good idea to tie all of your involvement up into a single platform and be starting from scratch if anything were to happen to you. So, especially with social media stuff like this, where you get some automated system or some algorithm like on YouTube that basically screws up, kicks you off the platform, and while you are trying to sort that out, if the platform will even sort that out with you, given the horrendous reputation for customer service and stuff like that, assuming the platform even wants to bother with you in the first place, what are you going to do in the meantime while all of that is going on? So we're talking about more on Twitch versus YouTube. The usual moron rules apply. More on sounds like moron. So the question is, who are the morons? I'll tell you, there are plenty of morons in this whole back and forth between Twitch streamers and YouTubers, and quite frankly, it's time we tackled a few things and just talked about what's coming. So I've got a couple of tweets and I've got a couple of channels in my various browsers, but first, let's get some graphics going, and let's get some music going. We didn't bring back this feature in order to barely use it. So I was listening to the VOD from this, so I actually want to put this down around 10%, and I got to listen to this through speakers and stuff like that. So get some YTAL music going here, and let's talk about what's going on. So, YouTube versus Twitch. I knew there was a little bit of animosity between YouTubers and Twitch streamers when I first came over here. I watched a couple of bigger Twitch streamers, and then somebody mentioned somebody else, and they're like, oh, is he a YouTuber? Hey, isn't he a YouTuber? What's he doing here? And it's true. It is definitely true that it's different strokes for different folks with the different platforms out there. But really what we're talking about is streamers versus people that are making videos first and streaming second. Now, I've been having a lot of fun with streaming, assuming it's even working right now, because the numbers are completely broken right now. Over on screen number 2, I got a feeling that Twitch is in a position similar to YouTube where things are going up and down. So some things work 1 minute and then some things work another minute, but we're just going to continue either way. Even if this is a total dud of a stream, I'll just make it into a YouTube video and pass it around the algorithms, because I know people watch that. I've actually been getting some people that have been responding quite negatively to my Ice Poseidon discussion earlier. So, but really, there are two situations that I've dealt with recently, and let's switch over to Firefox, and let's talk about all of this. So, first we have the Ashni situation. She has this bizarre situation where she presents herself as Twitch this, Twitch that, stream coach, she was in Ninja's book, blah blah blah, I'm gonna help you grow your stream, Twitch this, Twitch that, look at me, I have purple hair, blah 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 blah, and then it's a ghost town over on her Twitch channel. Now, the solution to this is quite obvious. Hey, I'm not going to hold it against Ashney if she's a YouTuber in denial of what she's become. So they used to call it catching the YouTube bug back in the day when people got into YouTube. So if she caught the YouTube bug, so to speak, hey, it won't be the end of the world if she, decides to dye her hair bright red and be like, okay, I'm a YouTuber. I say this because I recently joined her Discord, and one of the things that her Discord has is you react to a certain post, and then your name gets changed a certain color, depending on whether you're a Twitch streamer, a Twitch affiliate, a Twitch partner, or a YouTuber, or something like that. Just this artificial designation between Twitch streamers and YouTubers, as if you can't do both. Come on now. It's almost like here in the Northeast with baseball, back when we actually do have sports, there's the rivalry between the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. And you have Red Sox fans and Yankees fans and the constant back and forth over who sucks and who's the real good team that knows how to win and stuff like that. So, hey, if Ashney wants to just come out and admit, hey, she's a YouTuber now, I am not going to hold it against her. YouTube is very addicting. and YouTubing actually has some very distinct advantages over any kind of live streaming. Even if you don't stream on YouTube and you just make videos, there are some distinct advantages. And there are also some drawbacks, but a lot of the drawbacks are directly related to YouTube just not having all the features in place to really challenge the live streaming stuff. I think in the long run, live streaming is going to turn out to be a bubble that only existed because YouTube couldn't get their stuff together. I mean, only on the internet do we see this obsession with live stuff over making stuff. You don't see that with things like, say, movies versus theater shows, or listening to music, the studio album versus going and seeing a concert, something like that. I mean, you don't see this in other forms of entertainment, but the internet kind of has some artificial walls right now because of YouTube's shortcomings when it comes to videos. And all of this tying into the unfortunate monopoly situation of YouTube as well, that nobody really challenges them when it comes to uploads and stuff. Then, of course, the other situation is Ice Poseidon. So I said that, he's got a YouTube presence and a very beefy YouTube presence. He even has a join button, which means he's a huge channel. By the way, let's click the bell here and let me subscribe for all notifications. I want to see when anything he posts to YouTube goes to YouTube. I still think I've had people come to my video talking about this and they're instantly disliking it. And I can tell they're not listening to me. They don't care what I have to say. Just the fact that I disagree with Ice's appeal to Twitch is automatically a reason to insta-dislike my video without even considering any of my points. And that's behavior I've seen on YouTube for a long time. When people do a dislike campaign or something, it really doesn't mean anything except people are just like, oh, I'm gonna dislike your video. So a lot of YouTube systems actually have a lot of credibility problems, and dislikes are no exception. But when it comes to Ice Poseidon, he has a very beefy YouTube presence. Hey, look, Trainwreck is going live. Sorry, Trainwreck, I beat you by a couple of minutes. So here's the thing. Again, why am I getting pop-up? No, because I didn't close the Twitch app before going live. Well, I don't need to hear about all the middle of the night people going live, all two of them. Oh, wait, I already have. So, yeah. Trainwrecks, anyways, we'll check that out later, whatever he's up to. But Ice Poseidon. Ice Poseidon needs to beef up his YouTube presence to stop thinking it sucks as much as he does. He needs to stop thinking he hasn't really made it until he's come back to Twitch and all this other whatever else he's doing. There's plenty he can do with this page. Raw past broadcast. Why can't I see recent streams he's done on YouTube on here? Why does it have to go back to 11 months ago? Same thing with this other stuff as well. And if some of the theories are correct about Dr. Disrespect, I'd like to see him suddenly surface on YouTube as well, but that's another thing nobody knows about. Matter of fact, why don't we just check that, because it seems to be becoming a tradition on here to see if anybody's saying anything about what happened. Actually, let me just look it up on Firefox again. So, close out Ashney's profile here. Dr. Disrespect. any updates whatsoever. Nope. Nobody knows anything. It's the same thing with the media, where certain media outlets are just doing stories later, but they're all saying the same stuff. Forbes, we may never find out why Twitch banned Dr. Disrespect. It's all speculation. Nobody really knows anything. So I'm not even going to pay any attention to that. If we hear anything again, cool. Otherwise, heck with it. Now, when it comes to comparing YouTube and Twitch, there are some, of course, shortcomings to YouTube and there's some shortcomings to Twitch. But in the long run, I think we might have some more things to talk about here. Bam! Finally, a nice new graphic that doesn't show Mixer. Here's the Q1 numbers yet again, if Winamp will stop covering up Facebook. Nope. There we go. So if Winamp will stop covering up Facebook, then etc. All right. Nice to see this. I'm curious when I can get updated numbers on all of this. So the showdown, I think, is mostly going to be between Twitch and YouTube. Facebook has numbers that are always going to be affected by how they do things. Like we mentioned before, the partner, their equivalent of the partner program, is going to affect these numbers because it's not really worth it to stream on Facebook unless you're multi-streaming, if you're not in the partner program. So I think this number will be artificially high and the hours streamed will be artificially low. So let's completely ignore Facebook and just look at YouTube. Turn Twitch and YouTube into a massive rivalry here. So what we have here is Twitch hours watched 3 times as much as YouTube, but hours streamed nearly 10 times as much as YouTube. So what we have here, and I know what's going into some of these numbers, but Twitch just isn't bringing in enough people to properly support the amount of streamer hours they have. There just aren't enough watch hours to support these things properly, and they have a terrible ratio as a result of that. Now, I know what some of this is. If you've ever watched streamers that are infamous for stalling, they have no show flow whatsoever. It's not really a good use of your time to sit there glued to whatever they're doing for 6-7 hours. Might be worth it to put stuff in the background or something. And all of these people are just milking donos for hours on end. That contributes to this number being as big as it is. What's this? Lena de Plena. Hey, you know what? Who cares if the music's perfectly totally random tonight? So, people talk about Twitch having a lack of discoverability, that it's oversaturated, that it's this, that it's that. In terms of Twitch versus YouTube, the integration into other features, I think YouTube has the advantage in the long run. And YouTubing in general, I think, is well overdue for a comeback. It's just one of the things that I run into with people on Twitch and with Twitch streamers and YouTubers is they get fishbowled quite a bit by their respective platforms. There are some lessons that YouTube can learn from Twitch, and YouTubers can learn from Twitch streamers. And there are lessons that Twitch streamers can learn from YouTubers. Here's an example. YouTube has way too much emphasis on clickbait, and I'm wondering if Google is having second thoughts, because one of the most common stories that I see in the news about disciplinary action on YouTube is somebody getting their account suspended, or strikes or something, for spams, scams, and deceptive content, which is a policy against things like deceptive thumbnails and things along those lines. But I often wonder, with how much of a meta there is on YouTube to have clickbait on everything, are people going overboard, and is YouTube having second thoughts? But here's the interesting part, though. If I... Can I look at Twitch or something? Yeah, let's load up Twitch here. If I load up Twitch, let me go to my Twitch homepage. Twitch.tv/MultimediaJay. And let me actually go to the homepage. So with everything that's going on... Oh, they're still doing some Pride Month type stuff, even though it's July? Well, maybe that'll update later today. Alright, let's put this on the screen here. So, here's the Twitch homepage, right? You got categories, live channels we think you'll like, Trainwrecks, Yugi, and okay, so it's doing better than it did before. I took a screen cap where this thing pretty much wasn't doing its job. Categories we think you like. But let's ignore the categories and let's look at the videos. What do all the... Well, while Devin Nash is offline... Oh, there's some people doing just chatting there, being recommended to me. I might check some of these channels out. I'm interested in commentary and having, commentators to listen to when I'm playing ESO or something like that. Now, I do watch a couple of game streamers, but game streaming has its own issues as well. And somebody's actually doing an anonymous channel as well. But, okay, other than like a starting soon screen like this, here's Hype Train, here's this. What does all of this have in common? This is basically, all of this is basically the equivalent of a YouTube video with zero effort put into the thumbnail. So here's Elder Scrolls Online. It's just someone playing ESO. You're just seeing the stream. There's no real thumbnail meta here. Now here's the thing: are people watching? Are people watching stuff on Twitch? Yes, they are. Yes, they absolutely are. Oh, there's a. Yep, and there's something from the Scuff podcast last week. We're down to clips and stuff, so let's back up a bit. Here's World of Warcraft. It's just the game. Whatever's currently going on. See, the thumbnails are generated based on stuff that is going on currently in the streams. So, what all of this has in common is all of this is something that people are like, oh, you should never do that on YouTube. So, but as we've seen from some of my own numbers, and we can check that again. Why don't I see if do I have YouTube Studio loaded on here? The thing that I've seen from my analytics, no, nope, we can't use that. We have to use Firefox. I've made Firefox my dedicated YouTube browser. So, youtube.com/MultimediaJay. It'll take me a while to get used to that. So let's take a look here. Let me go behind the scenes and bring up the impressions click-through rates. Let's see here. Load all this up. I should bring over my analytics links, so that way I don't have to keep regenerating these things. Let's see. Looking good. Your channel got 10,000 views in the last 28 days. It's similar, etc. Views are up. Watch time 37.4, less than usual. There's a problem with the YouTube analytics right now. I think that data that's processing is making it look like your channel is doing worse than it actually is. So I've checked some of the other stuff, but let's see. How do I get to this? I want to show. Let's go. Oh, advanced mode. That's what I'm looking for. Ah, yeah, advanced mode, aka nerd mode. Nice. All right, let's remove some of these metrics here and hope that I don't get too much. Well, I got it on the last 28 days. Take all this out, drop the revenue. I just want to see the impressions click-through rate by video, and it's sorting. So here we are. Bring the Firefox up here. I'm so gonna crash the browser. Oh, hey, yeah. Winamp is a little lower than it should be. Winamp should be a higher priority than Firefox. Okay, so let's zoom in on these results here. This is the impressions click-through rate. This is basically when my video is shown somewhere on YouTube, how much do people click on it to watch it? The question is, as was the case last time, how much can Firefox zoom? The question is, oh, come on. No, I'm not scrolling through that. No. Okay, let's go back up to the top. So the impressions click-through rate. So when people see the thumbnail, what happens? Forza with no graphics card. No, not an exciting thumbnail. 24.2% impressions click-through. Dollar Store Pop-Tarts, Core i5, New York Zoom, HD Reality Check, Lysol to Go. None of these actually have any kind of custom thumbnails. It's just pictures of something somewhere in the video. Humble Roots, Multimedia Anthology, Mugshot. And we've done this before. There's another mugshot. Okay, it takes a podcast. Even alcoholism won't save Warlords of Draenor. This is last 28 days. So somebody out there is listening to something I had to say about World of Warcraft Warlords of Draenor patch 6.2 in 2020 when the podcast posted on September 24th, 2015. Okay, whatever that's about. PowerPoint talking face circa March 2000. So you see right here, this is basically, I do some custom thumbnails for my main series, but we keep having to scroll and we keep getting podcasts that are doing better than the actual main text series when it comes to impressions click-through rate. So what this says is, as much as people say what they say about the YouTube clickbait meta, human beings are interested in content more so than flashy thumbnails. Because the videos doing the best are basically, if people seem curious about the content, like Forza Horizon 4 with no graphics card, they click and watch. So, is there really... I mean, and that's what I mean when I talk about the thumbnail thing. Because when it comes to thumbnails, it's the same rule as always. When everybody's special, nobody's special. So when everybody's doing flashy thumbnails, it's basically, it ruins the effect. Nobody's really going to stand out anymore. What will stand out is the thumbnails that aren't so flashy. And if people are like, huh, why does this thumbnail suck? Let me see it, at least I can make fun of them. That's technically an impression's click-through rate. So that's an impression that got clicked through. So getting back to Twitch, what's going to drive people is how you present your content. Now, you don't have a chance to do flashy thumbnails, so it's going to have to be that people know you and they trust you and they want to watch what it is that you're watching, or that what you're presenting or your title or something is interesting enough to make people want to check out what it is that you're doing. So, this is lessons, of course, that YouTube people can learn from Twitch. Twitch people can learn about show flow from YouTubers. Because, yeah, sure, I have streams that are like an hour or two, maybe 3, if I'm not playing video games. But the thing here is, I want people to be able to watch the VOD and actually enjoy it. Or maybe even send the VOD over to YouTube. That's my goal today, actually, is to send a long-form VOD over to YouTube and have it be somewhat passable as a YouTube video. Because YouTube videos have an advantage over live streaming in that you can edit stuff and you can get rid of all the dull bits and you can really pack in something that people want to watch. You can really do all kinds of nice things with an editor. So, show flow is, of course, show flow. If you don't have flow, you don't have a show. This is something that goes back to my college radio days. This is something that when you decided to get yourself a radio show, the folks at the radio station, besides telling you don't swear, don't do this, da-da-da, they would tell you your show needs to have some kind of flow to it. In other words, you got to keep things going, you got to keep entertaining people. Don't seem like you don't have any clue what it is that you're doing. But that always used to be something that I used to hear about over at the radio station. Yeah, your show has to have some flow to it and stuff. In the YouTube world, what this means is when someone watches your video, you get to what you're talking about relatively quickly. You don't put all this fluff in there. And that's one of the ways in which I think that Twitch folks and YouTube folks have veered away from each other a little too much. You have YouTubers seeming to forget that the fluffy stuff like the bazillions of calls of action and in-video advertising, it's taking away from the strength of what YouTube offers as an uploads format. When you upload a video and you're making videos, they should be better uses of people's time than your average rambly live stream. So that's the thing. Twitch people could learn a few things from that. Every single streamer who's gone live just to go live and then had something not work and be like, well, we're not starting the stream for another 5 minutes. Yeah, it's lessons they could learn from YouTube. And vice versa. That applies as well. Actually, I think all these platforms could learn from each other. Take Facebook, for example. There's a live streaming feature that Blunty chimed in on in his latest video, Here's Why You Are Bad at YouTube, where he's basically talking about people trolling him and they're disliking videos and commenting without even watching the video. This is something I've seen him rant on before. But this is part of the problem with the way YouTube is as a platform, is that because of the evergreen nature of YouTube, there's more of an incentive to troll people than there is in chat. I mean, you can come in with, you can say something in someone's Twitch chat and it'll be off the screen in a minute or something. Twitch also has a stricter banning system than YouTube, so if you get banned from a channel, then you can't see chat and you get shadow banned if you try and make alt accounts, whereas YouTube just has a generic shadow ban thing where you may not even know that you're banned unless you check and see if your comments aren't showing up when you leave comments in someone's video. And there have been times when the comment counter has been wrong because I know banned people are still trying to troll me, but they don't know that they're banned yet. So, I don't like YouTube's shadow banning system. I don't think it's strict enough. Quite frankly, the banning system used to be a lot stricter years ago. Once upon a time, folks couldn't even follow you if you had them banned. But now it's just shadow banning. one of the various ways in which YouTube doesn't really support their creators enough, and they have a reputation for this kind of stuff. They keep just dumping on the creators over and over again. One of the points that he makes, though, as it's been billboarded on the screen here, Blunty has a good point about how YouTube should pull a Facebook and roll out automatic timestamps for comments, so you can see when people are flapping their mouths without even watching your video. And that is true. Absolutely true. It'd be cool to see all the people that were instantly disliking my video or whatever by some kind of, you know, if you watch something on Facebook, if you watch a live event on Facebook, you'll see timestamps for everything everybody does. Actually, if you watch a VOD, you'll see Twitch chat and stuff like that. That's something that YouTube should adopt. And I think they already have something like that for the live features, like the premieres and stuff like that. Why don't we go take a look at that? Let me go to a channel of, let me switch back to Firefox. And let me check out the channel of Alfred from alfred.tv. That's youtube.com/ADeBlasi. Or Adi Blasi or something. He needs to rename his channel. He's been Alfred TV for years. He should try and get that name or something like that. Let's see. No webcast tonight. Okay, so... Oh, wait a minute. 2 hours ago. Oh, okay, so something came up. I'll watch that later. But I want to look at his Thursday night webcast here. We're going to mute this because he actually has a goofier sense of humor than I do. So... just going to get through the ad here, and I'm going to take a look at his playback. Oh, okay, there is chat replay and stuff. Turn off the mini player. Take it back to default view, and let's scroll through his Thursday night webcast. No! Oh, okay. Yeah, YouTube's behind the 8 ball on this. Interesting. No. I'm getting my platforms mixed up. Okay, well, I'm not going to show any of the chat or anything. I could go to Facebook, but that would be showing people's real names and stuff, so we're not going to bother with that. Okay, it was worth a shot. Sorry, Alfred. I was going to billboard your live stream on YouTube. He does a Thursday night show. Well, obviously not this week, but he does a Thursday night show where he just talks about stuff with people. I've called in a couple of times. He's up there in years, so he still uses Skype. Duck and cover! Duck and cover! Yeah, I'm sure he'd laugh too at the joke. But yeah, Blunty has a good point about how there. YouTube should pull a Facebook. If you ever look at a Facebook live event, like a government event or something like that, you'll see timestamps when people chat things in the chat. Imagine if that existed on YouTube videos, and you could see in the comments the timestamp of when in the video people just blah, 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 blah. So these people that are just not even watching your video and just saying, "Oh, you suck," they'll be like 002 or something like that. Or, you know, there's got to be people that are going to be like, "Well, I'm going to wait till 2 minutes in, then tell him he sucks." But in that case, it just takes more effort on the part of the troll to troll somebody. So, yeah, so Blunty has a darn good point. There should be automatic timestamps. It should be in the live section as well. Because if I watch a VOD on Twitch, that's how chat is handled as well. I'd love to see that for YouTube comments. I'd also love to see that for likes and dislikes. Just like on Facebook, when you see everybody's reactions and when they reacted. So that would be really amazing if there could be some kind of indication as to, oh, look at all these people that disliked my video without even watching it. But there's always a couple of UI things that YouTube, Freudian slip because Twitch does it too. There's always some UI things that YouTube they don't have, and I think that's what really holds the platform back. A lot of the live streaming stuff that's going on right now, I think, is a bubble, and it's only what it is because YouTube hasn't gotten their act together. But when they do, see, this is the nightmare chart for Twitch streamers. We'll get to that later. So I actually did a couple of tweets earlier, technically today, night shift today, so technically yesterday. So I did some tweets earlier about stuff like this section. Live channels we think you will like. And I made sure to get a screenshot of everybody in the side menu. Asmongold was streaming. There's Ginny. There's Yugi. There's Ray. That's Khaleesi. People like, who's the girl in S-Fans intro? That would be her. She was playing Just Dance with one of her friends. But let's look at what Twitch considers channels we think you'll like. Now, one of the things with YouTube is YouTube presents uploads, and sometimes they show you stuff you've seen before, but for the most part, you can find new stuff to watch on YouTube. Over on Twitch, however, this is the section for live channels that Twitch's algorithms think that I'll like. Here's Kit Boga, who's promoted. By the way, nice sunglasses. Anybody else want to make fun of me for wearing sunglasses like this? There are other people that wear sunglasses as part of what it is they do. It's not just myself and formerly the Doc. So, but anyways, Asmongold. He's right there. If I want to watch Asmongold, he is right there in the side menu. Why do I need his channel recommended? I'm already following him, Twitch. Long time no see, Ginny, whatever the heck she was doing. But there she is in the side menu. 30-hour stream, here we go. Yugi and whatever that's supposed to be. She's right there. Healthy Gamer talking with Casey Tron. Right there. So, not counting the promoted channel in spot number 1, only one of these Twitch streamers is folks that I'm not actually following. So, my suggestion to Twitch for all of this, if we bring up the tweets themselves, there we go. Hey Twitch, see additional tweets for feedback on your new UI. It's a step in the right direction, but has some glaring oversights in terms of improving the experience. For your system recommending folks you already followed, there needs to be its own section from your channels, etc. And I think YouTube has something like that from your subscriptions. One of the biggest problems with your algorithm and discoverability is what we see in channels we think you'd like with channels I already follow. The majority of what's being shown in the section you think I'd like is channels I already follow. And channels I already like. So eliminating the majority of chances for me to discover a new channel I want to watch. Kit Boga is promoted too. So let's not count that. So out of 6 spots in this section, only 1 grand total is actually doing its job. Time to update that. If I've already decided to click follow on someone's channel, it moves the channel quite squarely out of think I'd like territory. I actually do like it, so the algorithm trying to recommend new folks based on what I watch should show other channels. But yeah, the UI needs some work. Let me fire up Firefox again and go to my home page on my home screen on YouTube. I'm getting an ad for Dr. Squatch. Your soap sucks. Okay, taking a look here. So, I'm looking at my screen here. I'm going to close the side menu. Post-lockdown, let's see here. All right. So let's take a look at, there's nothing TOS, right? All right. Firefox. Here's YouTube. So we're going to have a mixture of, I've got a lot from Bachelor channels and other stuff that I've been watching. So Better Bachelor, stuff like that you'll see. Actually, Joker does a very good job of making the types of videos that I want to start making over on YouTube. So, woman posts about her OnlyFans account, outrage. So this is from 2 months ago. This was the auto mechanic that got let go from her job because she had an OnlyFans account. I'm like, wow, man. Dr. Disrespect, lawyer's insane theory on Dr. Disrespect Twitch ban. If that's relating to, if that's related to the Hogue law firm, then I already saw the direct video on that. I don't need to see someone else's video, which is basically reanalyzing stuff that the other video has. Alfred's announcement, Atten Shea on Gettysburg. Woman posts her OnlyFans, Better Bachelor. Tom's latest news flash, keep it real with me one last time. Creator Insider, he's leaving. Creator Insider. The XQC versus Ninja drama. Alternate History Hub. These are all videos. There's no red bar on the bottom. There's no red bar on the bottom. So these are videos I haven't seen yet. Notice all these videos that I can watch that I haven't seen yet. And I can put them under watch later and see them promoted again later on. There's the latest posts. Ninja, Pokimane, just find your audience. The Lincoln Project. A Ginny highlights video at Tiangi. Chaz, the finale, whatever that's about. Bunch of COVID-19 stuff. Bunch of stuff about Donald Trump and coronavirus. they spy on you, da 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 da. See, but yeah, just scrolling through, and yeah, lots of political stuff because it's an election year and stuff like that. But notice the difference between YouTube and Twitch. YouTube is billboarding stuff that I haven't watched yet. I'm gonna keep scrolling down here and probably show some more. Or I haven't watched in a long time. So the American Revolution Oversimplified Part 2, probably could watch that again and be entertained with it again. There's Ashney, how to get 100 followers, etc. Yeah, I'm not showing it right now, but I think I've made my point. Devin Nash about his D&D video and stuff like that. And I can make all of this stuff go away very easily just by clicking not interested, and something else will take its place. But you do this, and you compare this to Twitch, who has this nasty habit of showing me channels I'm already following. I'm just scrolling through YouTube a little off screen here. I want to see, is there anything from your anything that says from your subscriptions? No, it just goes into videos, and you just scroll away, and the algorithms keep trying to recommend stuff to get you to click on something. That, of course, would be because there is a subscriptions tab that is separate from everything. So just check what's on screen here. Things are a little bit smaller. All right, let's just blow it up a bit. Now I have way too many subs here. I have way too many subs on YouTube. But let's see. Last of Us Part 2 review, NBC News. Where should Scarlet's? I don't know. But yeah, there's a subscriptions tab as well. So there you go. Playing Halo Reach multiplayer with Eric, Fantavision. I remember it. Yeah, he's one of the guys that does like game hunting and stuff like that. Tom Bob Blender used to do Mario Party or Mario Paint music videos a long time ago. 5 people in stream, 52 people in stream. Ararang K-pop. I probably got to stop following all this Ararang news stuff. This is from years and years ago. Now I'm getting K-pop recommendations all over the place. So, but yeah, subscriptions is a separate tab over on YouTube. So let's see here. And that's the difference we're talking about. I'm just looking through all of this here. The South Korean government's briefing on COVID-19 on Ararang News. EWTN has a daily mass. The Young Turks has a conspiracy theorist winning a Colorado election. There's this, there's that. Subs, but it's all stuff I haven't seen before. As opposed to this crap. So Twitch, you got some UI stuff that you have to you got to work on here. I should not be seeing stuff that I'm already following when your system is trying to recommend me some stuff. So make a section called From Your Channels, or whatever name you want to call it, that features channels that I'm already following, but keep it separate from the algorithm trying to recommend some new stuff to me. Now let's move on to some other tabs here. That's the numbers. That's Twitch, me checking it out that way. I think we're done with the numbers for the night. I'll just Control-Shift-T if I want them back. Now, lastly, and we're done with the Blunty quote. Actually, yeah. All right, we're done with that too. Now let's talk about this chart that I said was a nightmare. It was a streamer's worst nightmare. What am I talking about? So this is my channel's revenue by month, on my YouTube channel's revenue by month since June 2016 and stopping at May 2020 because June 2020 is still processing. So it's gonna look like an artificial drop in revenue until those numbers finish crunching in a few days, probably after the 4th of July holiday. But I often think about, why do people stream and why do people make YouTube videos? So I'm thinking about all of this, and the monetization undoubtedly has something to do with that, because streaming, I was there when YouTubers, longtime YouTubers, were going nuts because streaming was taking off. So what we had here was, and I think if I'm going to be this big, I might as well just make Winamp a little bigger to give credit to the song and whatnot that's playing. So this is my monetization history minus the numbers. YouTube ad revenue is chump change, so to speak. It's piddly, but it adds up over time. The important point in all of this is, yeah, sure, streaming razzle-dazzles people because of donos, bits, subs, things like that. But I remember when streaming took over. There were longtime YouTubers that were very upset when streaming started taking off. oh, I put all my effort into my videos, and Intermedia just hits go live. And yeah, I mean, streaming single-handedly pretty much killed gaming videos. Why would you watch, unless you make a Let's Play or something, or some kind of playthrough or some reason, why would you not do that stuff live? It's one of the reasons why I do game streaming. It's why I've actually worked on my game streaming over here as well, because the gaming videos that I was making over on YouTube were wandering in that direction in the first place. There really wasn't any real good way to do gaming videos on YouTube anymore once Twitch streaming took off, because I wanted to do more playthroughs and people watch me play, and you know, we can chat in the chat and stuff, basically what Twitch does, but it wasn't live streaming or anything. So but I remember very angry creators posting blog posts, making rant YouTube videos because they were very upset about video game streaming when it was first taking off. And the thing that they hated the most was that it seemed like everybody was taking the easy way out. Because with streaming, all you do is you hit go live and you start playing your game. Maybe you welcome people, you talk in the chat with people, you do that kind of stuff. So with streaming, just go live. There's no real preparation work unless you just get the show together, other than show prep, which you would do for YouTube anyways. Get everything ready and record versus get everything ready and stream. So aside from skipping a couple of steps in order to create content that others can watch, and especially with Twitch's handy-dandy export feature that lets you send stuff over to YouTube, so if your stream's a dud like this one, you just send it on over. So, and make a YouTube video out of it. But here's the thing. I think monetization has a lot to do with why people are streaming all over the place instead of making videos. Never mind the barriers to entry, never mind the YouTube videos or anything of that sort. Streaming, you know, you have donos, you have bits, you have subs, you have all these other things that you don't have with uploads. But here's the problem. YouTube just needs to add tipping to uploads, and they fix that to some extent. There have been competing sites, among the many YouTube competitors that have come and gone in the last couple of years, or would-be YouTube competitors. Some of them actually played around with direct tipping, to tip the video creator directly if you were entertained by something. So, and then on the way YouTube is now, YouTube actually has Super Chat and Super Stickers for streaming. All they have to do is take that technology, send it over to uploads. Or here's a wackier idea. What if Streamlabs and Stream Elements, I'm going to talk Stream Elements because that's what I use. They even have their own payment service, SD Pay. What if Stream Elements updates their terms of service to allow YouTubers to use Stream Elements? So you can have a dono link in all of your videos for people that want to tip you because they liked your video. Right now there's a thing in the TOS. So does McDonald. I don't think it has enough vocals to get in the way of what I'm trying to talk about here. He's the same guy that does my main theme, by the way. I'm a simple man, don't want to complicate you. Matter of fact, it's not gonna play that, is it? That'd be a little redundant. Anyways, back to the discussion here. So, Stream Elements has a little something hiding within their chat, or within their terms of service, that says that they want you to have the donos come from streaming. They don't want donos on their own. So offline donos per the terms of service are technically frowned upon. Imagine if they lightened up on that a bit. And I could put my dono page as a link in all of my YouTube videos. That would be cool. But that's the thing. Once you start closing this monetization thing, that's when people have to start rethinking making YouTube videos in the first place, because you don't have to worry about who's streaming at the same time. What time do I stream? Will my audience even watch me if I change the time that I stream? This, that, the other. You can edit out stuff that's TOS so it doesn't get you banned. You can have control over the show flow. You can edit things. You can cut out the dull bits. I would go so far as to say that YouTubers should stream on the side, not this current meta that all the commentators talk about. So YouTube first, know how to make a good YouTube video, and then get into streaming on the side as kind of an extension of what you're doing on YouTube. The big commentators talk about YouTube as a stepping stone to streaming, which is a terrible idea. The end result, assuming you don't be like, you're not like the big streamers and you hire an editor, which many of them do, is that way they don't lose time editing videos and they can just keep streaming. Assuming you don't do that, the thing in play here is that the meta of what these commentators are telling people to do, it encourages people to be streamers with YouTube channels on the side, and that is no way to use YouTube. Not at all. And you don't want to send a message to your audience that all that's ever going to be on your YouTube channel is stream highlights, because then the people that watch you on stream, unless they miss the show or something, they don't have much of a reason to watch your videos. But learn how to make a good YouTube video, and you are free. You're liberated from so many of these problems that streaming brings to the table. You're freed from all of that. And I think more people would make videos if they weren't so afraid of video editors, and if YouTube would ever fix some of the issues related to the upload side of things. And now for the big reason why I have a revenue chart on screen, minus the numbers, to not distract from the point that I'm making here. Here I am in 2016. It gradually increases over the years, not because my channel is growing all over the place. Actually, I've sought to basically reset my audience. There's a certain group of people that would never support me properly for what it is that I want to do on the channel that I haven't been catering to, and they've slowly been unsubscribing for a while. Some of them may come back when I make tech videos, but I don't expect them to stick around if my tech videos continue to not be the dominant form of content that's going over to my channel. So, what's in play here is more and more videos, and the fact that I make stuff that's not time sensitive. So people can watch what I upload to YouTube years down the road and still be entertained by it. If a video gets old enough, it might be something you can laugh at, like, haha, that was 5 years ago or whatever. For example, my discussion from 2015 about the sad state of AMD at the time has aged very poorly. But in terms of what I do with my tech videos, where I tell an ongoing story as I do stuff with computers, projects around the house, multimedia stuff, things like this, that stuff is binge watchable. In the generation of Netflix, someone can go to my channel, click the Wacky World of MultimediaJay, or click the playlist section, and I actually have everything grouped into seasons in chronological order. So anybody that wants to play catch up on what's been going on with myself and all the tech tinkering that I've been doing since 2013, 2014, it's all on YouTube. Just put it on autoplay, grab some popcorn, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. Things have changed over the years as I've gradually gotten better at some things, and I'm actually tempted to have a Twitch watch party of some of this content where I just chime and do commentary, maybe on the weekend or something. I'm so tempted to do that, and I would mention it on YouTube, see how many people came over, and we talk about things and whatnot. But the thing is, because I'm not just using YouTube as highlight central, because I'm primarily a YouTuber who's just experimenting with Twitch, I can make a good video that people will want to watch sometimes years down the road, and it'll be a great use of their time. It'll be ad-friendly. YouTube can serve up a bunch of advertising and make some money to pay their bills, and we can all be nice and happy about stuff. But here's the kicker. Despite YouTube ad revenue being piddly and pocket change, unless you're a gigantic channel, what we have on screen here is a passive income. This is the gold mine of trying to do stuff on the side. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the gold mine of millennial side hustles. All of this money that's been creeping up gradually as I've just added more content for people to watch, sometimes binge watch, assuming they're not using an ad blocker. All this stuff has been gradually adding up as I've added more and more content for people to watch. And it's getting significant enough that I'm almost to the point, if I progress things a little further on YouTube, I'll be at the point where I can start doing regular computer upgrades and not actually spend any of my own money. So I can regularly upgrade my processor, I can regularly upgrade my graphics card, and make videos about all of it. Heck, Maybe I could do a behind-the-scenes stream of making the videos, of tinkering with the computers and whatnot, and just double dip even more in that respect. But I'm almost to the point where there is enough fun money coming in on this that, number one, I would have to start mentioning it when it was tax time, because I'd cross the threshold for that, start getting a 1099 MISC, but also, I'm at the point now where if I play my cards right and do up the proper spreadsheets, I can actually do regular tech upgrades without spending any of my own money. So that's content that won't cost me anything. And I just, online dollars for online stuff, offline dollars for offline stuff. Have a job, pay my bills, but have a hobby that costs me not net zero, but basically costs me nothing. Because the money just piles up and I buy something and I make a video and people like it. Then more money piles up and I buy something. I have a Patreon, actually. Patreon.com/MultimediaJay. It's a forerunner to Twitch subscriptions. If I get to Twitch affiliate on here, then we can start talking Twitch Prime and stuff like that. But that requires 3 concurrent viewers for a month, which means Twitch needs to fix their numbers, because I've been staring at goose eggs the entire time I've been streaming. So unless Twitch has shut me off in their algorithms or something, but hey, an algorithm shutting me off? Haha, nothing I haven't already seen before from YouTube. But that's the kicker here. I think a lot of the draw to streaming is the more donos you can get up front. So people that want to become full-time streamers can just get an audience that has some money sitting around, and they'll get donos and subs and all kinds of other cool stuff, bits, things like that. But you have to keep streaming. You have to keep just chaining yourself to the desk, things like that. When this stuff gets big enough, you don't have to do anything. You've just made enough good content that people want to watch and maybe rewatch, and they keep coming back. Long as they don't block the ads or anything, or they get YouTube Premium or something, you have something that brings in money without you having to do anything, without having to take up more of your time, without having to chain you to a certain time slot or things like that. That is the hidden treasure that is YouTube. Now imagine if on top of ad revenue, completely passive, of course, YouTube gets better CPMs and this goes up, they do better and stuff like that. Now imagine if besides ad revenue, you had some kind of tipping function on top of that. Who would even stream when they figured this out? Except to have live events and talk with people or connect with their audience or something. Who would even do that? See, I think streaming is overly popular versus uploads because of the shortcomings of uploads and the uploads market. And you know what? I just jinxed myself again. I gotta go back to one of my posts from earlier. Hold on a second. I knew I shouldn't have closed that tab. I just knew it. I wish I could promote this post that has the 3... Yeah, there we go. That has the 3 sets of numbers. So this again. Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. So YouTube comes up short. Streaming prospers. But people figure out YouTube gets their act together. What's the point of streaming except for live events? What's the point? Now, the other thing we got to talk about here with regards to these numbers is notice that there is competition in the first place on the streaming front. YouTube doesn't really have competition on the upload side of things. If they did, they might scramble a bit more with features to compete. So I was hoping that Twitch could do that, but it doesn't look like they want to do that, and unless they change their mind, we're not going to see that. But this is the thing. Perhaps some of the draw to streaming is because of the lack of competition on the upload side of things. If there was competition with uploads between YouTube and Twitch or YouTube and Facebook, more of it I should say, maybe YouTube might get things in gear and make the UI changes to have more oomph as a platform overall. So there's so much that can change in the next couple of years. The question is, will it? But as far as I'm concerned, it's been fun streaming on Twitch. There's a couple of things that I would want to do on Twitch. Live shows like this. But I can take this format back to YouTube and I can actually record stuff that is way more to the point about specific shorter discussions that I want to make. So just because I've taken MultimediaJay radio style over to Twitch doesn't mean that it's never going to show up on YouTube ever again. As a matter of fact, I've actually experimented with a format for over there. Tell me if this seems familiar. Let's switch back to Firefox and go over to my channel. Which one of these was it? It's in the radio style section. Crossover highlights. No, we want MultimediaJay radio style. Let's see. Dr. Disrespect, Mixer streamers. The number one problem with streaming on YouTube. I think that's basically what it was. Let me just see if this is what I'm thinking it is. Theater mode. Let me just see here. I think this is a clip. Yeah, it's from Twitch. That's why I've been leaving in Twitch's watermark for broadcasting live on Twitch. Transcoding matters on streaming platforms. Mixer's golden moment. Let's see here. If it doesn't say broadcasted live, I gotta differentiate this stuff a little better. Transcoding. Free publicity. It said, I'll look it up later. Yeah, I'll look it up later. There's too much. I have to look at the descriptions of these things. Streamers and their fans should vote with their wallets. That's from Twitch. Free publicity when streamers play music. Gaming videos and gaming streams. Is that it? Nope, it's from Twitch. There's been so much crossover stuff. I'm looking for the one thing. I think it might have been the persona, the discussion about the irate gamer. Yes. Alright. So here's a format. Let's pause this here. So here's a format. Here's a format that I'm experimenting with. And it looks similar to streaming, but it's not. And it would help if I unmuted YouTube. Yeah, who's gonna take down the AVG? Here we go. There was a huge fight all across YouTube because people thought that he was going to take down the AVGN because he was copying the nerd's style. And I was one of the few skeptical people that said, no, that's not going to happen. Just like how store brand stuff doesn't outsell the national brands in the supermarket. Hey, what do you know? I was right.
I'm a simple man, don't want a complication. Complication.
So, anyways, what got us here in the first place was a discussion about gaming and game streaming in general. The thing with Just Chatting is a way more flexible format. Okay, I think I actually got this from Twitch, and then I edited it back together to experiment with the format. I'm, of course, experimenting with a vocal remover for all of that as well. And, oh, wait, what's this? I got picture-in-picture. This video is playing in picture-in-picture mode. Wait a minute, how is that working? Alright, we're going to close down Firefox. That might be a Firefox feature I'll check out later. Let's get some music going again here. Let's go back to the regular browser. So that's the thing. YouTube is the sleeping giant here. It absolutely is the sleeping giant. If they get their stuff together with uploads, or excuse me, if they get their stuff together with streaming, make a few UI changes, they're more of a force to be reckoned with when it comes to streaming, and when they fix a few things over on the upload side of things, then live streaming in general may see this bubble burst as more people realize, you know what, uploading videos, making stuff that's not time sensitive, that people want to watch and rewatch and binge watch and spread around to their friends on Facebook or whatever, I think uploads are more than due for a renaissance of sorts. And because this whole discussion is going to basically be a long-form YouTube video when it's all over, this show tonight is not going to have an intermission. So I want to thank the folks that watched, if anybody did show up and the number's just wrong. as well as the folks that are going to watch this when it goes over to YouTube as a rare piece of long-form content in the crossover highlights. Here's to hoping Twitch can fix whatever the heck they're noodling about with that keeps bringing certain features up and down. But I would definitely say it's better for somebody to be a YouTuber first and experiment with streaming on the side than to be a Twitch streamer first and do YouTube on the side. Because the potential audience you have on YouTube is absolutely worth putting some effort into videos. And you don't want to send an impression to people on YouTube that you're not really serious about the platform and all you're ever going to do is highlights reels. That's why I'm going to switch over to making more videos. Twitch has been fun, and there's some genres over here that work better in a streaming environment, but I absolutely cannot leave YouTube in the dust. And I think, quite frankly, with the experience I've picked up from streaming, that it would be great if I could break out of the fishbowl that I keep talking about with Twitch people, ignore certain things that YouTubers make a big deal out of, and vice versa. Because both streaming and making videos can teach you different things about content creation and how to make better content overall. They all have their ups and downs, and they all have things to teach you. So it's best to benefit from everything here. And that, as they say, is that with that. Social medias. YouTube.com/MultimediaJay, Twitter.com/MultimediaJay, Twitch.tv/MultimediaJay. Let's do exclamation point socials in the Twitch chat here for a list of things to click on. Till next time, this is MultimediaJay signing off. Thanks for stopping by.
257. 257.
MultimediaJay Radio Style.